Yeah. Try me and I'll show you, baby. Let's go.
Try that shit again. I know that you won't. I show you right to get the fuck
About my business, biatch.
Try that shit again. I know that you won't. I wouldn't do that, man.
Come on.
Try that shit again.
Yeah.
Act like we were friends. I don't know what you thought this was, but I don't know it myself. I gotta pay up, wait up. I'm so paranoid.
Oh, what you want?
That was on the first time you went away. Cause I put it up.
Yeah.
Why do you show me these things? I don't have no way to change.
They keep driving me. Say, uh-oh.
What the fuck was that?
Uh-oh.
Where you going?
Uh-oh. Huh?
Please come back to me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Be close to me.
Uh-oh. You don't even notice me.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Please come back to me. I have a heart attack. Uh-oh. Get close to me. Uh-oh.
What you say?
Notice me.
Okay. You must think I'm see-through. Reconnecting every time I reach you. Then your mama teach you. Never take advantage of good people. Walk around here acting all deceitful. So next time I see you, keep that same energy. I forgive your action, but I won't forget the imagery. Because of your low quality experience, I upgraded my standards and appearance. I'm the Fresh Prince, bitch. I don't get paid for nothing trash. So in return, I don't get mad, I get glad. My sanity and peace is worth more than the clash. If you wanna learn, take it in class. It starts with discipline. Being comfortable, being uncomfortable is how you grow. I look out for me whenever I let go. Success takes time, so don't give up, yo. What I tell myself in the mirror before I kill these folks. Hey, most importantly,
Love yourself first, player partner.
that's facts though. Come on, y'all know.
Don't want you to judge me from where I've been. The hearts that I broke in the metal in. Perception of words without caving in. My story depressing and troubling.
Okay.
I'm not done the friends with the girls I was fucking with. All these juicy his parents were struggling.
Yeah.
Fighting about money was only the hustle. And loving each other was something so pretty. Mom in the bed, dad in the couch when they would sleep.
ZZ.
Said that they split, one day they did. Then it was grief.
Leave me.
The day I done was creating a home.
Hey.
When they had left, I felt so alone.
Hey,
Ironic it was that I was the one
Sleeping on couches to read what I sold.
pain I was causing because of my own. Clinging to women to search for the feeling. I pray it
Come back after all of the healing.
Please come back to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Please come back to me.
Oh, damn.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
okay.
Please come back to me.
Say.
Please come back to me. Please come back to me.
Uh-oh.
Please come back to me. I have a heart attack. Get close.
Don't you worry, why not?
Don't even notice me.
These guys are lovers. Come on, man. What's up, chat? You feel me? Happy Monday, bro. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me per usual. Man, tell a friend. We live, baby. You dig? Go ahead and tell them folk come on in, because we about to talk about some good stuff today, bro. Normally I don't stream on Monday, especially at the time that I am streaming. I'm at this time on a Monday, I'm at work for real. But I called the day off, bro. I had to, because this morning I woke up in some excruciating pain, bro, in my leg. I could barely walk around this room trying to get my hygiene done, put my work clothes on, and be at the bus stop by goddamn 6. You feel me? I was struggling, bro. Like, I got up at my regular time, but trying to get up out that bed was a pain, bro. It was hassle. So it was my first call out since I started working at Sweet Green, bro. But it is what it is, man. Health is wealth. And if I ain't healthy, I can't be wealthy enough to work for y'all today. It is what it is. But that does not stop me from working for myself. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why we here today. streaming and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yes, happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a great Monday so far. If y'all at work, get that bag. If y'all chilling, please relax. You feel me? Because I'm sure after today comes Tuesday, which is your work shift. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all get the enough rest. Because, you know, me being 30, we got to get our rest on. And we have to stretch. We just can't get up and go about our day anymore. We got to really stretch our bodies because we'll start feeling pain that we ain't know was there. You know what I'm saying? Which is exactly what I'm going through today. You know, so before I got on stream, I definitely did some stretches. I went outside. It's not as hot today, thank God. But I went outside, did some stretching out there too, before I did my wake and bake. So that's a blessing. So yeah, man. I also caught up on well needed sleep too, bro. Like I popped the ibuprofen, had some grapes and a banana, and I went my ass back to bed. I got back up because I got up. I normally get up at 5 a.m. during the week because I have to be at work at 7, and I'm catching the bus and the train. So I got to make sure I'm up to beat the bus. You dig? So I got to do what I got to do. So 5 a.m. I'm up on the weekdays. So like I said, trying to struggle to get up, walking around, limping around, might I say, trying to get my stuff together. I was like, you know what? Nah, let me just go back to bed, bro. Let me just go back to bed. I let the manager know, like, hey, hate to do this, but I gotta do this. Like, I'm in pain. I could barely move. And with me being hot prep and I'm in the kitchen moving around trying to get people food ASAP, it's not a good recipe today. So I made the right decision by sitting my ass down, going back to bed. So I went to bed back at like 6:30, close to 7. Dozed off watching a YouTube video about how CapCut, their new terms and conditions are not for creators. And pretty much if you try to sue them, the most you can sue them for is like $50. Like, that's so backwards. We've been fighting to try to keep this damn platform after Trump took it away, the duck in office. And now that it's back, it want to switch up on his terms and conditions like this. This is wild, bro. It's insane. But it is what it is, bro. I still got to create my shit. There are other platforms other than CapCut that I done research on many years ago and that I will start using. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't fall for the okie doke and have my personal projects or scrapped projects that I don't want the public to see be public against my will of it not being public. You do what I'm saying? So yeah, if y'all use CapCut, it's time to find something else to use, bro. I used to use InShot, which is only on the mobile phones. There's no like desktop version of InShot. There's Filmora that you could use. Of course, Adobe if you got the bread or the school code for you to not spend that much bread but use the full platform. Go for it. Just stay the fuck away from CapCut at this time. And who's to say it might not or it may happen to TikTok with their new terms and conditions, because they're under the same umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Right when TikTok was gone, CapCut was gone too. You feel me? So who's to say if CapCut is on this type of time with their terms and conditions, TikTok might be on that same type of time very, very soon. You dig? It is what it is, but hey, I'm not here to rant about CapCut. That's not my lane. You feel me? What I'm here to talk about though is that boy Ben Simmons, bro. This man, Ben Simmons, really sabotaged his career, bro. He was the number 1 first overall pick back in what year is that? I don't fucking remember the year. But he had shades of being like LeBron James, bro. Real deal shades. But his only kryptonite, Kobe said it best, mans can't shoot. If he would have a jump shot, he would be deadly. He would be recognized as one of the greatest in this current age of basketball, for sure. But now, he's a laughingstock, bro. He's a laughingstock. And I blame my Atlanta Hawks. Because how is anybody that's 6'10" scared of a nigga that is classified as 6'1"? I think Trey is like 6 foot 5'11", but they classify him as 6'1". You scared of somebody that's 6'1" and you're 6'10"? Dog. That moment in the playoffs is what sabotaged Ben Simmons, and that's how we know him as Ben Simmons today. He's been trying to recover from this moment ever since, but it's been a tall tale for that boy, man. Tall tale. Shout out to La Hoopsta, which is also Luesta, who does hip-hop content on his main channel, but now has started a basketball channel to do content as for NBA and all basketball-related stuff. So shout out to you for the video, La Hoopsta. I'm going to quit yapping. Y'all know the rest. Let's get it.
From coming up as the first overall selection in the 2016 NBA Draft,
Philadelphia 76ers select Ben Simmons.
to becoming one of the top 3 defenders in his prime, there was a point in time when people genuinely believed that Ben Simmons was going to become the next LeBron James.
But I had an epiphany Saturday morning, and I've thought about it for 2 nights, 3 days. Hey, LeBron, Ben Simmons is here. We're all good.
But as the top comment to that video posted 7 years ago stated, this aged like milk under a hot summer sun.
For real.
Because even though the king himself didn't mind the comparisons, it's clear as day that it's the furthest from the truth.
Facts.
What seemed to have been a promising NBA career just a few years ago has now progressed to the Australian native being labeled as a generational bust, and he's generally seen as one of the worst draft picks in NBA history.
And I'm a fan of Ben Simmons. I like him genuinely as a person, but I can't even measure the level of disappointment I have towards him.
It's your boy La Hoopsta, aka Luesta, and today we're going to be going through the timeline of events that led Ben Simmons to this unfortunate point, as well as finding any possible solution to this disaster.
I don't think there is a solution, La Hoopsta. I don't think there is, bro. Like, after you got done playing in Philly, you get traded to Brooklyn. You're teammates with KD and fucking Kyrie. And if you can't get your shit together playing with Hall of Famers, I don't think there's a way that he could recover from this, bro. Like, he got traded for James Harden because James Harden didn't want to be anything with the Nets anymore because of Kyrie's antics and the whole vaccine shit. That's neither here or there. You feel me? But then, now, how y'all both end up on the Clippers as teammates? But yeah, I don't think there's a way for Ben Simmons to bounce back from this, bro. Like, I really wish there was a way, but it's from within, you dig? And if he can't get his shit together, no one from the external will help that nigga get his shit together. It is what it is, bro.
2016, the 6'10 Australian had just completed the most impressive freshman campaign in Louisiana State University. Although his team failed to make it to the NCAA tournament, Ben Simmons still averaged an impressive 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, establishing himself as a star player and earning the first team All-American. From playing elite defense to being able to drive and dunk without any hesitation, Simmons was a key player for the team and was a major part of the team's success. His insane plays on the court made for an impressive college highlight reel.
He need a favor, son, you gotta shoot. He's back there 5 for 15.
Going to the right hand.
He would immediately become the #1 overall pick for the Philadelphia 76ers, getting chosen over players like Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown, and Jamal Murray. And after inking his whopping $26 million deal as a rookie, everyone was convinced that he was the next best. And if we compare his deal to the likes of LeBron or even Magic Johnson, it's clear that the hype for Ben Simmons was beyond anything the league has seen in years. And at the time, this was the highest rookie deal since LeBron came into the league on an $18 million contract. The comparisons with legends wouldn't stop rolling in, as analysts and players all had something to say about his game. 76ers coach Brett Brown claimed that Ben had a hint of Magic Johnson and compared him to a young LeBron James. But in an unfortunate churn of events, Simmons would have to be sidelined for the entire 2016 season after suffering a leg injury during practice.
I remember this.
And this was the start of a common theme that would reoccur throughout his entire career. But we'll get into that more later. For now, although injuries are common and can sometimes end careers, it didn't really become a major problem for Simmons, and people were still looking forward to seeing him play the following year. In fact, he was still seen as a fan favorite even before playing his first game.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. Back in the 2K17, 2K18, when I would play now versus other people, I would play with the Sixers, bro. I would play with the Sixers. To have Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons on one team that are both healthy and dominating, yeah, I would kill niggas with the Sixers, bro. What? I would be dominating with the Sixers, bro. Like, that was a team that was, to me, unbeatable. If you knew how to use Ben Simmons and his height and physicality over other point guards that may be fast and play with finesse, this man was big, tall, and played with finesse as well. Plus physicality when he's trying to post up in the paint, bro. So, real shit, his only kryptonite was a jump shot. That was his only fucking kryptonite. And what pissed me off about Ben Simmons, bro, during the regular season, he's not attempting no threes. He's not attempting a little mid-range free throw. Nothing, bro. But on the off season, when it's pickup games versus other NBA players, you see this nigga cashing out from three, from Steph range, honestly, or from the regular 3-point range. But you see the man shooting more outside of NBA games. So I'm really thinking, is it the crowd that's getting to him? Because at these goddamn pickup games, you don't see crowds. You just see the NBA players and maybe the training facility staff members. No fans are in there like, Ben, you suck. You know what I mean? Just try to fuck with him, bro. So maybe it could be the fans that really got into his head about not shooting the ball in the regular season of the NBA. I don't know, bro. That's just a question for Ben Simmons to answer, bro. I'm not that nigga. I don't know that nigga. So I really don't know. But that's just what I think could go down. It was possibly gone down in this nigga mind. I don't know. I don't know.
In the eyes of the audience, they believe that if anyone could turn the Sixers into playoff contenders, it would have to be the lockdown dunk machine that is Ben Simmons. Or so they thought. The year is 2017, and after months of anticipation, it was finally time for Ben Simmons to show the city of Philadelphia why he was worth the wait.
For real.
Making his long-awaited debut against the Washington Wizards, the young star stepped onto the court with nearly 21,000 fans at the Wells Fargo Center watching his every move. And while the Sixers came up short in a close 115-120 loss, Simmons made it clear he belonged, finishing with 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Okay.
It wasn't just a strong debut, it was a promise.
Double.
And a clear-cut sign that the next chapter of Philly basketball had arrived. And even the legends who came before him could tell that Ben Simmons wasn't just another draft pick. He was something else entirely.
It's in a decade, maybe once in a lifetime type player, able to make everybody better.
This shit's sad, bro. You got the legendary Philadelphia 76er, Dr. J, Julius Erving, giving you such high praise, bro. Just for your career to turn out how it turned out. Come on, Ben.
He's got that head up. He's looking at all times.
Come on, Ben. Oh, that was crazy.
This kid is special.
Oh, that was crazy. Hold on. That pass was crazy. Hold on.
Make everybody better. He's got that head up.
Not this pass. This pass.
It looks like he's got eyes in the back of his head.
He's right. This kid is special. I remember playing against him in the preseason. The first time I saw him, and I was just like, Okay. Like, I didn't know they made any more of these. You know, he's got that LeBron size. He's 6'9". He's got the vision. Doctor said it best. He makes everybody around him better. He doesn't take any possessions off.
While his debut against the Wizards was statistically impressive in terms of points and assists, his next game against the Celtics would further highlight his rebounding ability, ultimately showcasing his potential. In the 2017-2018 season, the 76ers won more games than they ever have in any season before they picked up Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the narrative around Simmons would suddenly change when he faced the man he was constantly getting compared to, LeBron James, who was coming off his historic 2016 Finals comeback versus the Warriors. During the game, King James put up 30 points, while Simmons barely managed to score 10. However, getting obliterated by a man who's widely debated as the greatest to ever do it was the least of his worries. Because during that game, the Sixers not only ended the game in a disappointing 113-91 loss, but to make matters worse, Ben Simmons also sprained his right ankle, which was a sign of many battles to come. Luckily for Simmons, he was able to return to play and help the 76ers finish third in the East alongside elite center Joel Embiid and the experienced veteran now turned head coach JJ Redick. They managed to score 52 solid wins, which is the most wins the franchise had gotten in 17 years, earning Ben Simmons a Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah.
But this wasn't just a win for Ben Simmons.
I remember him and Spider was going against each other for the Rookie of the Year shit. Spider had a fucking Donovan Mitchell, if you don't know Spider. Anyways, he had a fucking hoodie that showed the definition of rookie. And I thought that was the biggest class troll act I've seen for a Rookie of the Year award. I thought that shit was so fucking funny.
It was a win for the entire city of Philadelphia, because after years of being the NBA's laughingstock, the Sixers were finally back in business. And for fans who have been chanting one phrase for half a decade, it finally felt like their blind faith had paid off. Trust the process. That phrase became the battle cry of a painful but intentional rebuild that started all the way back in 2013 under then GM Sam Hinkie. The plan involved stripping the roster, stockpiling draft picks, and eating the losses now so they could feast on wins later. It was controversial, even called unethical by some. The Sixers were tanking on purpose, and everyone knew it. But in return, they landed franchise-changing players like Joel Embiid in 2014 and Simmons in 2016. So when the Sixers landed 52 wins and made the playoffs for the first time in 6 years, it felt like the process had finally reached its payoff. Ben Simmons wasn't just a rookie, he was the crown jewel of the rebuild, and for a brief moment, the city believed that they had their next superstar. Every respected voice in the NBA was completely aboard the Ben Simmons train, especially Colin Cowherd, who was convinced Ben was the man.
I woke up and I wondered when Ben Simmons was playing. And I am more interested in watching Ben Simmons tomorrow night than I am watching LeBron tonight. But for the first time in 10 to 12 years, I look at the NBA, which I've watched for 4 decades, and I say this now with Ben Simmons. Hey, LeBron, we're good, bro. You can go. You don't have to. You can hang around. Still great, but you can go. We're all good here.
Looking at it now, this was such a crazy take.
Yeah,
considering LeBron was at
wild.
the peak of his career at the time with 3 NBA championships.
Yo, this man Bron still putting up better numbers than Ben Simmons ever did in his whole career. And Bron is 40. Still putting up better numbers than Ben Simmons' entire career at age 40. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Colin Cowherd, that was a terrible take. But we all didn't expect Ben Simmons to be shelved and shell-shocked by a 6'1" point guard.
And even when Philly reporters asked LeBron about the comparisons, he seemed a bit uncomfortable talking about it.
LeBron, how would you describe your relationship with Ben Simmons? You guys worked out together, did some things together in the offseason.
What do you mean?
Just like, how often do you talk to him, or what kind of advice?
We got a great relationship.
Ron, what have been your impressions of how Ben's playing so far this season?
It's been great.
You look at his potential. What comparisons do you think might be valid that people can see your game, and what similarities do you not see between those?
I don't know. I mean, that's for you. That's you guys. You guys do that comparison stuff. I think Ben is his own makeup of speed, power, quickness, ability to pass the ball, ability to have a feel for the game. And Ben is Ben, and I am who I am. so on and so on. So you guys kind of do that comparison stuff.
However, these
That's a
remarks
good
from
answer,
Holland
Brian.
wouldn't age well. Although it was common knowledge that Simmons was phenomenal with ball control and super sharp passes, one thing he wouldn't do was shoot the ball. Literally. These days, the phrase "just shoot the ball" and Simmons are synonymous.
Yeah, for
and
real.
you can find entire compilations on YouTube
For real.
showcasing all the times he gave up extremely open shots.
And here's Simmons coming up with a turnover.
Great
Look at that, look at that. Oh, what a play by Simmons! I didn't think I'd get that excited in a preseason game.
Good instincts. See right there, no one's playing him. Well, let me free up this opportunity for myself. Gets it back off the board. Finds a streaky Markel along the baseline. That's just smart basketball.
It is smart basketball. What, y'all wanted that nigga to dunk from that spot? That was going to be more of a blooper than the highlight that we saw. It's smart IQ. I'll give him that.
And this honestly became a major obstacle for him to overcome.
Oh,
But some members
shit.
of the NBA community never thought it was absolutely necessary for him to score three-pointers. Once again, comparing him to LeBron James.
Yeah, like, you don't have to fucking shoot three-pointers, bro. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a mid-range savant. Same with DeMar DeRozan. For his entire career, he's been a mid-range savant. He'll shoot a three. Both of them guys will shoot a three if they're open, but that's not their game. They would rather, pound for pound, post you up, take you to the cup, or shoot they shot in the mid-range. TJ McConnell's another one. He is an underrated savant in the mid-range, but dog, he loop around under the rim, catch you slipping by half a second. He pulling up in that fadeaway, turnaround fadeaway, bro. That shit crazy. But let me see. I don't get it. Why does he need to shoot threes? Rondo used to slay teams slashing and kickouts. So did D-Wade, and they both won chips. Surrounding yourself with knockdown shooters is the key. Even LeBron to some extent, until the last few years when he became a decent three-point shooter, which is facts. And I thought they did. You know, J.J. Redick, Robert Covington, those were great three-point shooters. Jimmy Butler was on that team. He could stretch the floor and shoot sometimes as well. When he's on, he's on. He's also another mid-range guy as well. Then you get Tobias Harris. Like, these are all great shooters. Embiid is a shooter too. Even though he's a big man, he still shoot the fucking ball better than Ben Simmons. So I don't know if Brett Brown was the problem, if Doc Rivers might have been the problem when he became the new coach. I don't know, but this nigga and shooting the ball is synonymous with each other, like Lil Hoopster said. This shit crazy.
Or this comment with 2,800 likes, who claimed that he seems like he's allergic to scoring. And to be honest, this looked like a good style of play when paired with other shooters. But in situations where the only reasonable play was to aim for the basket, Simmons would completely back down.
There's Simmons. LeBron just playing free safety, laying back in the key. Well, he knows that he's not going to take the shots.
As they say, you miss every shot you don't take.
Yes.
And that was definitely the case with Ben Simmons.
That was a good
Sixers fans
pass.
Still supported him. And
That was a
hyped him
good
up at
pass.
every attempt he made at taking a jump shot.
Definitely, nobody argued about it. Ben Simmons took a three, and you could hear the fans kind of rise up.
This would continue to be a problem in his seemingly notorious track record. And as fans tried to make sense of someone who once looked confident in college was now passing up open shots, what became clear was that he was giving up open looks, not because he was trying to create for his teammates, but because he just couldn't make the shots anymore.
Looked like Alfred from the beginning of the year. Simmons does
For Thomas Bryant, keeping him on the perimeter to pull.
And this is going to take us to the end of the first half. Simmons.
And that'll end. Simmons gets it back, fires it.
To some renowned sports analysts, the Sixers would become nearly unstoppable if Simmons figured out how to make his shot better.
If Simmons could shoot, I'd like Philadelphia to get out of the Eastern Conference. But
For real.
He doesn't. And forget about a three-point shot for a second. If Simmons just shot a mid-range, he'd be impossible.
For real.
Everything comes in the paint. And nevertheless, he's a great player, a legitimately great player. I thought he was the best defender in the league last year when he was healthy. Up to the point he got hurt, I thought he was the defensive player of the year. He's 6'10", guys, and he's a great defender, an energetic defender. And on offense, he's created more open looks from three than anyone since he entered the league. That's actually a fact. And he can do everything except shoot. If he adds a shot to his game, how do you stop Philadelphia?
Talk your shit, Max.
The fans were convinced that the only
man, I miss Max, bro. I miss Max on ESPN, bro. He was one of my favorites, bro. Talk your shit, Max. He said everything facts too, bro. No cap, bro.
Holding Ben Simmons back from replacing LeBron James was learning how to take a jump shot.
I'm a huge fan of Ben Simmons. I think he's a jump shot away from being LeBron James Part 2.
It's a damn shame he hasn't worked on his jump shot because it's the only thing he's lacking.
One funny little fact is that you can count how many career three-pointers Ben Simmons has on one hand. After the season, it seemed like all the criticism was actually beneficial, as Ben Simmons would be seen posting videos of himself making three-point shots in the gym.
You see? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? When there's no crowd, he could cash out all day. He could shoot the ball confidently all day and cash out. He ain't scared to take them shots when there's no crowd or no commentator. Keep this same energy when there is a crowd and some commentators around, bro. Don't be scared, bruh. You already getting paid millions of dollars to dribble a basketball. And you mean to tell me you scared to shoot that bitch too? It can't be the fan. Please don't tell me that it's the fans that's making this man scared to shoot, bro. Because if that's the case, you might as well not be a basketball player anymore. Just be an introverted player that reacts to fucking highlights or some shit on YouTube now. Because if you're telling me a fan is what's holding you back from being the best version of yourself, we don't want to see you. I'm good on seeing you, bro. I'm good. Like look at this shit. Look how comfortable he looks. Beating the buzzer and shit.
Was looking forward to Ben Simmons making the greatest comeback of his career.
I'm gonna believe that Ben Simmons been working on his shot. Yes, he's got to get a jump shot, and he will. And I think he worked hard this summer already. I think he's gonna come back and shock everybody.
In the 2020-2021 season, it was finally time to put his training to good use. But sadly, his shots were just as dookie as when he got drafted, with multiple teams baiting him to shoot from the three-point line.
Simmons surveying out front. LeBron laying all the way back in the key. Daring him to shoot, Simmons does.
And sure enough, when he couldn't hit from the field, Simmons began driving to the paint. But unfortunately for him, they would constantly foul him, sending him to the line to shoot free throws, leading to a horrible free throw percentage. During the first round of the playoffs, in a tight game against the Washington Wizards, the Wizards looked to take advantage of Simmons' inability to make a shot, as this was their only chance to stay alive in the series.
2-point Washington lead.
And look at the slow walk for Ben Simmons, because until he starts knocking these down consistently, you're going to see this.
Facts, though.
His shooting was so bad that he even got a hilarious award at the ESPYs.
Ben Simmons took home a special ESPY for his humanitarian work. Yes. Not everyone knows this, but Ben Simmons has been building orphanages like this one completely out of his playoff bricks. What do you like to say, little ladies?
Now, they ended up winning the series regardless, with a triple-double closeout from Ben Simmons in Game 5.
Oh, man, that's so fucked up, bro. That's so fucked up. Then the girls coming on stage. Thanks, Ben Simmons. I think that's so fucked up. I think that's so fucked up. But hey. At least like that boy La Hoopster said, they closed that series out with that boy having a triple-double. So I think Ben had the last laugh on that series in particular. But goddamn, was that a huge joke. That's real funny, is it?
Which showed that he wasn't letting the hate get to him. However, this attack on Simmons' offense would only get worse in the second round of the playoffs during a showdown against the Atlanta Hawks. And this is where the last image of Simmons in the Sixers uniform is taken. when he would pass up an easy dunk on Trae Young to a cutting Matisse Thybulle.
Like, come on. Like, come on. Like, come on. I'm sure we all seen this play over and over and over. But look, you broke free from Danilo Gallinari, right?
When he would pass...
Here comes Trae, because that's an easy dunk. At this moment, if I'm Ben Simmons, Trae Young, you're my poster child, my boy. I would have windmilled, two-hand dunk, something. Something. Or I don't even know if for some reason Ben Simmons thought Ice Trae was John Collins or Clint Capella. I don't know. I'm not Ben Simmons to justify this nigga actions. I don't know. But what I do know is this nigga Ben Simmons had a easy 2 points. But instead he passed it up to Matisse Thybulle. Then when the foul was called and Matisse ain't made the layup, Ben was looking at him like, bro, why you ain't make that? Like, no. Ben, why you ain't dunk that? You scary motherfucker. Why you ain't dunk that? Like, at this moment, it is you in the rim. Fuck Trae. I would have dunked on Trae 10 times out of 10 if I'm Ben Simmons. Any other NBA player would have dunked in this situation 10 times out of 10. So I'm so confused.
It's up an easy dunk on
like, why?
Trae Young to a cutting Matisse Thybulle.
Then you over here like, bro, why you didn't score that? No, no, nigga, you failed Philadelphia with this one play right here. And that moment, he completely sabotaged his whole career. At this moment. At this fucking moment, chat. I would hate to be Ben Simmons, bro. Because I would not have made that play. I would have dunked on that nigga so crazy. So crazy.
Who was eventually fouled.
Simmons, they cleared out for him. Back his way in.
That's a dunk.
Gives it up. Oh, it's right there. And a foul as Thybulle goes to the basket.
You hear the commentators, oh, he was right there. You start to hear some of the boos in the arena because of this man making a careless ass pass instead of a dunk. Like, y'all, bro, you weak as hell, nigga. You weak as hell, bro.
At this point, even his coach Doc Rivers,
yo, this shit was funny.
So sure
he was funny as fuck.
Carry on with the team.
Ben Simmons can still be a point guard for a championship team like the one you guys want to become.
Yeah, David, I don't know that question or the answer to that right now. So I don't know the answer to that.
To make matters even worse, Simmons would begin having issues with the entire Sixers organization, all because of this game, and the coach's comments as well.
All because of that fucking pass. Fuck the game. He was doing great that game until that moment of the game. He was. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He had a pretty good game. But that moment not only fucked up his relationship with Philly, the fan base, the city, the coaching staff, the teammates, but his whole career, bro. His whole fucking career, bro. That shit sad.
He basically wanted out after being treated badly because of his underwhelming playoff performance and his failure to step up in big moments.
Mm-hmm.
The main issue was that everyone felt like he was playing way below his $22 million rookie contract. Instead of putting his head down and grinding to get better, he began missing training sessions and missing pregame seasons, saying that he would never play for the Sixers ever again.
Philadelphia 76ers point guard Ben Simmons has made it clear he will not report to the opening of training camp next week and intends to never, ever play for the 76ers franchise again. This, according to ESPN's very own Adrian Wojnarowski, insider extraordinaire, of course. You've got to be kidding me. Ben Simmons is out here making demands. Ben Simmons, the guy who scored 5 points in Game 7 of an Eastern Conference semifinals, passing up an easy dunk. The guy who hasn't bothered to develop a jump shot in 5 years since he's been drafted.
Now, hold on. I didn't know he only had 5 points. Now, I might have misspoke there. He had a great series versus Atlanta, but this game wasn't the best. This was the beginning of the end of prime Ben Simmons and what we know him as today, for sure. But damn. But damn.
Or a free throw, by the way, a free throw shot. The guy who hasn't bothered to put in enough work to even scratch his potential on the court. That guy is out here telling us.
How do you pass up a fucking easy dunk like that, bro?
$17 million fine, which made him the most fined player in NBA history. One thing that was for sure is that if Sixers wanted a chance at a championship, Ben Simmons did not seem capable of being the one to take them there.
For real.
Simmons, as well as the Sixers, would eventually get tired of trying to make things work, which led him to demanding a trade after just 5 seasons with the team.
Let me be very, very clear. Ben Simmons looks very, very weak in this whole argument.
Absolutely.
Because you want to leave after you messed up.
Absolutely.
Despite his obviously lackluster performance during his time on the team, the Sixers were still not going to trade just anyone for Simmons. They wanted real value in return. Eventually, they would trade Ben Simmons to the Brooklyn Nets in exchange for James Harden. And when he finally arrived to the Nets, his fear of shooting wasn't the only thing to set him back, because this time, it was a ghost from his past that no one expected.
For real.
The very first Ben Simmons Nets season was basically non-existent, as he would miss the entire year because of a knee injury. By the time the next season arrived, Ben seemed ready to give the Nets exactly what they paid for, and reflected on his mental state going into the 2022-2023 season.
Being able to do that, that was the start of, getting to where I'm at now. I'm like in a great place and I feel comfortable talking about it now. But those are some dark days for me, and especially, everything's public. Like, that's the crazier part. But yeah, it's something that's like, everyone goes through different struggles, some bigger than others, but everyone, has their own battles. And I think that was tough for me, just knowing like I didn't really have that support either from teammates or whatever it was at that time.
No, call it like it is. Let's call it like it is.
Yeah.
And you know that I love Joel, and you know that I love Doc, but like they essentially threw you under the bus after Game 7.
On top of this, Simmons also reassured everyone that he was at the peak of his condition as an athlete thus far.
I mean, it is true. It is true. And I know JJ Redick has his relationship with Doc Rivers, which isn't the greatest, but it's true. They did throw Ben Simmons under the bus, but based off of the effort that he put up on the Game 7, I don't see why that's an issue. This is win or go home. Those are the greatest 2 words ever that a sports fan loves. Game 7. What? Do or die. Win or go home. Game 7. Niggas is at the edge of their seats for most of the game during any Game 7, bro. Especially if this is your team that you rocking with. Come on, bro. Now, had he performed, we would not be talking about Ben Simmons like this, probably. He probably would be phenomenal, still. But since he didn't perform, it's like, nigga, what are we doing? What the fuck, dude? If I was Ben Simmons, I would be top 75. With my height and physical ability, IQ, I would have dunked that ball so hard on Trae Young, pause, the ball would be bouncing off that little nigga head, bro. I would make sure I punch that ball through the rim so tough that the ball bounces off Trae Young's head. Like, this is a statement, bitch. The fuck is wrong with y'all niggas trying me like this? That would be my whole MO, bro. But no. Clearly, Ben Simmons don't have that dog in him. He don't have that dog in him. And you can't teach people to have that dog in them. They either got it in them or they don't. Sad.
And was ready to play a good game.
Do you have reservations about this season, about your own physical ability, about your own ability to play, or because you have this like foundation, I'm good?
No, I'll be great, and I'm excited to play with Kev, Kai, Joe, all those guys. Like, we just have an unbelievable team. And I know it. Like, for me, after surgery, I knew it was going to take to get back to where I need to be, and I've been locked in. It's been tough. Like, obviously, no rehab is easy, but it's a grind, and that's what it's all about.
I ain't gonna lie. I remember watching this interview with JJ Redick and the old man of the three. I remember watching this interview. It sounded like Ben was optimistic about, getting back to the form that he was at. But I'll be real with you, bro. This was all bullshit. This was all bullshit, bro. 100% bullshit.
For me, like, that's my mini season. Every time I've had a situation where I've been hurt or whatever it is, that's my time to lock in and focus and get to where I need to be.
He just said all the right answers to JJ Redick, and since it was public, he wanted to make sure he sounded politically correct. But deep down, I know this man was lying through his fucking teeth, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on, Ben.
Because of statements like this, what remained left of his declining fan base had high hopes that he would completely crush the season, considering he's basically getting a fresh start after resting for a long while, and the fact that he would be playing alongside elite shooters such as KD and Kyrie.
For real.
Well, all of that would change during his debut game with the Nets against his old teammates.
Simmons on the attack. Couldn't get it to drop.
To go there and about being unafraid to be in this position at this point. And that's
fans who are here in the building booing as Simmons misses both free throws.
Ben Simmons would end the preseason game against the Sixers with 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, which is a far cry from his earlier Sixers debut. While some fans were happy to have him back, other members of the NBA community straight up called him a fraud who steals money from teams only to end up playing like trash.
Yes.
However, Simmons seemed unshaken by these comments, informing the public that he was happy to be back in the game.
Felt so good to be back. I'm just grateful and blessed to be back here on the floor and playing with these guys, so I'm happy.
But things would get even worse for Simmons, as he kicked off the season with sore knees, which eventually reopened his back injury and caused him to sit out half of the games. To make matters worse, he also ended the season with career lows in points, assists, and rebounds per game, along with 97 total turnovers, 139 fouls, and 291 points in just 42 games, further solidifying his title as a generational scammer in the eyes of many. Now, although his season got cut short due to injuries, it was still not a good reason to put up such diabolical stats,
for real.
Especially when he got traded for a superstar like James Harden, who was doing considerably well for the Nets before being traded. As a matter of fact, when the trade initially happened, a lot of basketball fans weren't fully on board with the idea.
It's been interesting to listen to the NBA world react to this trade. James Harden has 2 30-point triple-doubles in the last 3 weeks. We haven't seen Ben on a basketball court in 8 months.
During his time off, Ben would once again start posting videos of himself making multiple three-point shots. But this time, the fans would completely call
Flight Mike.
Nope.
Yeah, Flight Mike, my boy. Not falling for it, man. I remember he did a video and he commented that shit. So shout out to La Hoopster for finding that comment and being and shouting them out, showing love. You feel me? That's cool as hell, bro.
Nope, not falling for it. Not this again. We are not falling for this again. If that man can do that on practice, tell him to suit up and do it on the court, and then maybe I'll believe
For real, though.
And just like fans predicted, his return for the 2023-2024 season was a complete disaster, with his nerve impingement that resurfaced after a game against the Bucks in November. It would eventually need surgical attention, causing him to get yeeted back to the bench for the entire season. Once again, drumming up criticism from everyone.
Who are the NBA players, no matter the age, that you would legitimately buy a ticket for to go watch because you find them entertaining?
Ben Simmons, because I would want to learn how you can make $80 million and play 55 games. Teach me how you can play 55 games in 3 seasons and we get 30 million, 40 million, and get another 40 million. Just by saying the back end. Get some nice man up.
When Simmons finally recovered, it seemed like he was for sure ready to get back to being the star that everyone was hoping to see 8 years ago. And soon, he was recording his first ever triple-double with the Nets, hitting 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. But sadly, this improvement wouldn't last very long, as he would later become a flat-out liability to the team.
Facts.
Even his coach, Jack Vaughn, would have a hard time finding the right spot for Ben Simmons.
You put another big next to Ben, then you got to figure out what the spacing is around him. Then if you put a playmaker next to him, then you got to figure out what Ben looks like without the basketball. Then if you go small with Ben, then you got to figure out, can you rebound enough with him? All right, so the challenges are ahead of us. We'll look them head on. We'll figure it out. We have the personnel to figure it out. Whether it is me mixing and matching throughout different pieces of the game and allowing him to have a group and run with a group, that part we'll figure out.
In reality,
I remember
it
that
just
too.
seemed like Simmons didn't want to be out there for some odd reason, and the Nets eventually had to shut him down, giving him another chance to heal. Ben will not be joining us for the rest of the year and through the playoffs. After consulting with our doctors, multiple specialists, he's just going to begin a rehab program. Now, you can't completely blame Simmons due to his several injuries. After all, he truly just joins a long list of NBA stars whose time in the league was cut short due to constantly getting unfortunate injuries. But as someone who was considered to be the next LeBron James, a player who has somehow managed to avoid any career-threatening injuries in the entire 2 decades plus as a pro player, you can't say his time in the court was anything special, or that he even slightly compared to the height that he had entering the NBA. From the outside looking in, it appears that when he's healthy, he refuses to put in work that's needed to improve as a player, and chances are, his training videos were just for show. If he was indeed grinding as much as he made people think, then his problem might be something way deeper.
I can't tell a guy if a guy's hurt. He knows his body. Yeah. But I still believe Ben is dealing with this thing mentally.
Likewise, unfortunately. Again, to your point, Rookie of the Year, 3 straight All-Star teams, 2 straight first-team All-Defenses.
From the constant comparisons to LeBron to his teammates abandoning him in Philly.
Are you disappointed that he hasn't bought back in yet at this point with the way?
At this point, I don't care about that man, honestly. He does whatever he wants. That's not my job. That's those guys' jobs. I'm only focused on trying to make the team better, win some games, play hard every night, trying to lead, the guys that we have here, and I'm sure they feel the same way because, our chemistry has been excellent. Despite everything that's been happening the last few months, like I said, I don't really care.
It seems like Simmons was always fighting battles throughout his career, and even now, some believe it was all the pressure that led him to his repeated failures. Forced to make a decision, the Brooklyn Nets would cut their losses with Simmons, buying out his contract and passing him over to the LA Clippers. But after averaging 3 points in 18 games, it's hard for fans to imagine Ben Simmons going anywhere but the Guangdong Tigers come next season. But truthfully, it doesn't have to be this way. Because despite all the memes, the boos, and the media slander, Ben Simmons is still just 27 years old. That's younger than Nikola Jokic, younger than Giannis when he won his first ring. And let's not forget, when fully healthy, Simmons was never just a role player. He was a 6'10" defensive anchor who could guard all 5 positions and make teammates better without even needing the ball to score 30. Well, he doesn't need to shoot threes like Steph, but he does need a reliable mid-range jumper. Even Giannis, with his flaws, worked until he could at least keep defenders honest. He doesn't need to become the next LeBron. He just needs to become the Ben Simmons we all caught glimpses of. Not in a practice video, not in an empty gym, but in real games. Under real pressure when it actually counts. And if he's serious, if he's willing to shut out the noise, humble himself, and put in the work behind the scenes, then this comeback story could still be written.
Felt so good to be back. I'm just grateful and blessed to be back here on the floor and playing with these guys, so I'm happy.
I mean, bro, I wish I could be happy for you too, bro, but damn, like, you do this to your damn self, Ben. You did this to your damn self, bro. Like, you could have been recognized as one of the top 75, like I said earlier. But nah, you did this to your damn self, bro. So, if you're on an NBA roster next season, I wouldn't be surprised if you ride on the bench. I would not be surprised. I would hope not, and I really hope that you really take your career serious enough to be a solid role player, at least for a team. But bench warmer is what I'm seeing for real now. Or like he said, like LaHoopsa said, if he's overseas next season, we all know why. You feel? Anyways, man, I got one more video that I want to check out. Shout out to that boy FlightReacts and that boy Cash Nasty. They've been having their battles of 1v1 all day, every day, right? And 3-point shootouts. We reacted to their 3-point shootout, the last one that they did. And that boy Cash took that shit home, which was cool. But shit, bro, now we got a 1v1. Ah, man, shit about to be special, bro. Shit about to be special. Hold on. Let me make sure I get all this shit together before we goddamn get to it. Uh-oh, damn. That shit beat me to the puzzle. I bet. Alright, man. This is the last video, then I'm going to call it a day, because I got to get back to my recovery so I can get back to work tomorrow. You feel me? Alright. Legendary physical 1v1 matchup against Cash Nasty. The rematch 2025. So we finna see how this shit go down, bro. Y'all think Flight gonna redeem himself or Cash is spanking ass again? You feel me? Let me know in the comments, bro. How y'all feeling? If y'all liking what y'all hearing, what y'all seeing, like it up, subscribe to the community, bro. And please tell a friend to tell a friend, man. I'm trying to grow and elevate this community. So let's grow together. You dig what I'm saying? But without further ado, I'm gonna quit yapping. Let's get the reactors, shall we?
Let's go. One jump.
What do you do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team, stand up. It's true. Hey, man. We got a special so fresh and so clean. Yes, man. You know what time it is, man. Same old shit, just a different year. My boy Cash with the finale.
Y'all already know what time it is. Yo! Shout out to the big man above. Y'all already know what time it is, bro. It's June finale. Y'all what to say, bro. Let's go and get to work, Flight.
Let's go ahead and get it. So I was thinking Cash is trying to play up to 11 possessions.
So I mean, like, is rebounds?
No rebounds, possessions.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Alright, nah, I thought you were gonna do rebounds, dog. You know?
How you doing this?
What you want to do, man?
Right, that's the only thing I've been thinking about all night. Do I want to do rebounds or possessions?
I mean, you know, like we both got the lungs.
Facts, the best lungs on the planet. Let's go ahead and do rebounds, bro. I've been playing rebounds.
All right, game 11, rebounds 1 to 2s, win by 2, clear everything. If I win, Cash goes bald. If I lose, I have to admit he's better at 1v1 basketball than I do. That's a weak ass. That's weak for Flight. Like, if Flight lose, he got to cut his hair. What?
Let's go. All right, let's go. Hey, you know the punishment Cash got on the line?
Yeah, I will shake my head. You know, minimum word. Let's go get to it, bro.
Like
you want to shoot?
Yeah, I shoot football. And we got 2 refs on the sideline. Or kind of.
What the hell? Game going. Hell no. Okay. Okay, that's one. Hell. That was a foul? Okay. They need whistles. Can't hear that shit. They need whistles. Okay.
Fuck yeah, nigga! I do this shit!
Alright, that's 2. That's 2. He likes to go right. Goes left. Not quite.
0-2, right? Yeah.
Tie the bitch up. Tie the bitch up. They got the rebound. That's cash ball. Nigga hooping in Travis Scott's. That's how you know you got bread. How you know you got bread? Give me that.
Blocked by White.
Good block. That was a good block. He saved it. What we doing with it though? Okay. Okay. That's 3. That's 3. Alright. What we doing with it? Stop shooting on 3, Cash. Use them soil ass arms, nigga. Yeah, 1. There you go. Yo, big soil ass. Come on, nigga. Nigga got PJs on with the Travis Scotts hooping on niggas.
You want halftime, right? Yeah, 7, my man.
Shoes. Do something. That tops. Come on, man. Hell nah. Stop shooting 3, okay? These niggas don't learn their lesson. Good rebound. Say, Cash, you just met LeBron James, courtesy of Castanet. If LeBron James would have watched this video, or to watch you hoop, this is a terrible job. For real. And I think Brian would be man enough to tell you this too. Like, come on, Cash. After you meet one of the greatest players ever, bro, you supposed to have that mindset where, nigga, I'm finna have a shutout game where this nigga Flight scores 0 and I score all the goddamn points. Right now, I see little to no physicality, and you're clearly more stronger than this nigga. Clearly. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you only got 1 to Flight's 3. Like, this game would have been close to finished by the time, like, if I were to play, or some people that I know that could really hoop, if they were to play, but this shit would be done a long time ago. No cap.
Hey guys, now right here was a little bit strange. I ended up having an eyelash in my eye, and I was trying to get it out with my other hand, and just wasn't able to happen, and I ended up losing the ball.
Even with you clarifying, yeah, it's still trash, Flight. Yeah, it's still trash, Flight. Ugly ass nigga.
Hey, yo, Cash!
He was waiting on that shit. Tie game. He was waiting on that shit. Oh!
Wet like water! Start the rain, Flight! Start the rain! Start the rain!
Gotta make 3 in a row.
Alright. Cash up now. 5-3. Now weak ass layup. How you tired already? Cash, bro. There's mid-range. There's layups. There's more than just the 3-point shot, bro. I expect you to be more in tune with that than just chucking up threes every chance you get, my boy. Use your strength. Use your physicality versus this fucking little ass nigga, bro. Like, you clearly more physical and more stronger than this man. If you don't post this little nigga up, bro. Come on, Cash. Come on, give me that shit. Give me that shit, weak ass nigga. Give me that shit. Weak ass nigga.
Last year, June Flight.
What the fuck? Ugh. That was ugly.
Let's go. One jump.
5-4.
5-4.
That shit was ugly. Nah, you got 5. Sorry, Eddie. Hell no. That shit right. Stop shooting threes, nigga. Brown would be very disappointed in this play. I thought, okay. Shit, Bron and Steph would be so disappointed in both of y'all niggas, respectfully. Bron would be disrespected in Cash. Steph would be disappointed in Flight. Very disappointed in both of these niggas.
Play like the shooter right here. Travis back? Yeah.
There you go. That's how you use your physicality. And one.
Stop. Hey, they made no carry. There wasn't no carry.
That wasn't no carry, nigga.
Crazy. 6'4".
6'4". That wasn't no damn carry, nigga. Here goes 7 right here. Here goes 7 right here. Good move. It's alright. It's alright. Wait, what happened? Foul?
That rep right here about to get held in comments.
Yo. These were sour ass refs. Ain't got no whistle. Ain't said not one foul. These niggas sorry as hell. At this point, y'all might as well be the fans. Y'all ain't making no damn calls at all. Quiet ass refs. What the fuck? Tussle gang gang. Fuck out of here, nigga. Call the fucking fouls, nigga. Almost. Hell no. Woo! 8-4. 8-4. Halftime.
What's your
8-4, nigga.
7-4? 7-4, yeah.
8-4.
Look at him. I don't got nothing to worry about. The more conditioned. Yep. I try to play possessions. He up by 3. Just apply pressure next half. Look at him. Come on. You okay? Yo, are you okay? Good, bro? Here, man. Definitely things are on. Yeah.
You lay it out like the game over with, man. Game ain't over. Get your ass up.
Yeah. It's 7-4. 7-4. I'm trying to get 2 threes in a row. Get shit over with. All right.
Yeah, 8-4. How y'all fucking up this score, man? Bro, it's 2 referees. How y'all fucking up this score? And a cameraman. What the fuck? Hell no. Don't shoot it. And 1. Good rebound. It's alright, it's alright. We gotta finish that though. Ugh. At this point, I'm better than both of these niggas. 3-point shootout, 1v1. I'm better than both of these niggas. No cap. And why only Flight getting all these instant replay? Where my boy Cash instant replay at? Sorry, nigga. I don't give a fuck if it's your platform or your page. Show them replays, nigga. Don't be mad he doing your ass. Spraying your ass from 3. Sorry, nigga. Step back, Cash. Stop shooting these 3s, nigga. Oh, good take. Good take. I'll give him that. That was nice. Yep. 6-8. Wedgie.
That's my ball, man. My ball?
Shoot for it.
Flight, you just shot for it and he hit and in between. Bro, somebody has a remote control. You see right there in the cut? Look.
Hey guys, now we may have some controversy here. So when I got home and I'm currently editing the video right now, I'm sitting up here, hey, why don't I just go ahead and look it up and just get a confirmation.
In a 1v1 basketball game, if the ball gets stuck in the rim, it's considered a dead ball and results in a jump ball, like the NBA. Yes. The referee will determine the possession using the possessive arrow, and the shot clock, if applicable, will be reset. More detailed explanation. Dead ball. When the ball becomes lodged between the rim and backboard, is no longer in play. Jump ball is called to determine which team gets possession of the next ball. The referee will use the possession arrow to determine which team gets the ball. If the shot clock is in use, it will reset to the appropriate time.
So I know in the NBA it's an instant turnover when it gets stuck above the backboard, whatever.
No. In the NBA, it is called a jump ball. It's a dead ball, just like it says here. And it results in a jump ball at half court to determine who get the rebound or the possession.
But in a 1v1, look, it says it right here on Google. Now, comment down below wherever y'all from, how do y'all play the rules. But on Google, it's saying it's supposed to be a jump ball, which means a shoot.
Yo, chat for YouTube, whose ball that? Come on, man. Hey, Pop, ice.
Come on, Cash. No more 3, bruh. That's 10. Still, no more threes, nigga. Jesus. What the hell is that? Yeah. Oh. That was a foul. It looked like it was a block. That was a foul. That was a foul. Boo! Yeah, right in the head. Right in the head. Y'all saw that? Right in the head. Right in the head. Why there? Boo! Right in the head. Come on, man. Watch that elbow, nigga.
Good recovery, though, but shit, heck.
Yo, for real. Good recovery, but damn. Long ass arms sliding through, popping my head. Come on, man. Ooh, shit.
I know y'all see me grabbing my left calf. Remember, grade 1 calf strain all June.
Midi. Ah, come on, man. It's your first mid-range shot all day. Ooh. That was nice. That was nice. He put that bitch up there because Cass already sent one all the way back home. Hell no. We go tied. Yo, for real, we dribbling all day? The fuck happened? Time out. What the fuck? Time out. Nick, man, LeBron. LeBron and Curry pissed off right now, bro. Pissed off, bro. The fuck?
Look at it. I like that. Bro, I feel like the paint's wide open. He used all of his energy on that block early. So, you need 4 points, bro. Right now. You need 4 points. I know. Come on. It's the one. No. I ain't gonna lie, his strategy working, man. The Dut. I'm gassed, dog. First I ever called timeout. You making him look like he's good. Nah. Really? Yeah. You want any help right here? Yeah, we got some right here. Good.
Come on, end this shit, bruh. End this shit, bruh. End this shit, bruh.
We're about 2 works here. No, we might.
If only he got that dribble right, he would have pulled that. I'm already knowing. He would have pulled that. There you go.
I can't tell your
cash. Good game, Flight. Hey, man. Gotta do it, man. Catch the better 1v1 player, bro. After 10 years, I'm finally safe. Yeah! No edits on the video either, player PC. Got the proof right there. No edits. Good game, my brother. Good game, brother. It's an honor to keep doing this every year, man. Facts, bro. Hey, man. No excuses, bro. I was better conditioned. You got it, bro. We out here, man. Peace. I got nothing to say.
That shit crazy. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. Oh, dog. How much time I got left? I don't think I got enough time. Fuck, I don't have enough time. Dog. Y'all heard about Malik Beasley, bro? He under investigation, bro, for Detroit. I don't have enough time to watch it at this moment, bro. Actually, I lied. I do have time to watch that real quick, bro. Let's tune into that real quick, bro.
So Sham says the U.S. Attorney's Office is investigating Malik Beasley on allegations of gambling related to NBA games and prop bets. Damn. Pistons fans are like, no, you were amazing for us last year. Why would you do this? It's like a player choosing to go to a different team, except that different team is Jit. But is this even legit? I mean, how sketchy is this Malik Beasley game film? You better believe that we know at least one game Bees is being investigated for, and we have some spicy clips. But to be fair, Malik's lawyer says an investigation is not a charge. Malik is afforded the same right of the presumption of innocence as anyone else under the U.S. Constitution, and he's right. We don't know if Beasley did this, but people jumped on him quick. Why? Well, let's just say old Malik ain't exactly a Boy Scout. In 2020, for example, on the T-Wolves, he pled guilty to something called threats of violence and was sentenced to 4 months in jail. So what is threats of violence? Well, he pointed a gun at a car outside his house. Then when cops came, they found narcotics in his home with guns, including stolen guns. Sounds like a solid dude. So of course he did this, but hold up. Let's actually check the tape. Now, Malik has been on 5 teams in 4 years, which maybe speaks to his locker room presence. But in Minnesota, he signed a 4-year, $60 million contract. Why would a guy with that kind of money need to gamble? Well, the gravy train ran out in LA in 2023. After a terrible season, the Lakers did not pick up his team option for $16.5 million. Then he went out to get a similar number, but he couldn't find one. So he ended up signing 1 year, $2 million on the Bucks. And I am sorry, a 90% pay cut hurts anybody, okay? We know the stats about NBA players going broke after their career. Why? Because they start spending like it'll never run out, and then millionaires start living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that Beasley lived like this, but it would establish a motive. Now, before we get to this game tape, good news! Beasley set up for a 3-year, $42 million deal with Detroit, because dude was so good for them last year. As a solid vet, he hit 319 triples, the 8th best season in NBA history. Easily set the Detroit franchise record, but guess what? Those talks are on pause. He may have just fumbled a $42 million bag for maybe a couple of thousand, or did he? Now, there is one clip going around the internet where Beasley comically lets Tyrese Halliburton blow by him. And that seriously does look suspicious. Like, it looks like he's trying to let Hallie go by him on purpose. But that wouldn't affect his own props. That's just terrible defense.
Yeah, I remember watching that meme go viral. And that was on Shot in the Fool, too. I remember this.
And blow by him. And that seriously does look suspicious. Like, it looks like he's trying to let Hallie go by him on purpose. But that wouldn't affect his own props. That's just terrible defense. Then there's this play to end the Pistons season where dude straight fumbles a potential game-time bucket. But the most suspicious to me by far is this. 5 seconds left in a near blowout. Beasley goes coast to coast like it's a game 7, and that bucket made the Wolves cover the spread. That is insane. However, the investigation isn't from any of those games. It's from the 2024 season only, and specifically January 31st, 2024, with the Bucks. The team was in Portland, and it was the Damian Lillard return game to the Blazers. Do you know what kind of guts you'd have to try to fix your own props on a national TV ESPN game? That is insane. So odds for Malik Beasley rebounds under 2.5 cratered from plus 120 to minus 250 before the game. That's like going from, he probably won't hit the under, to he is definitely hitting the under. Somebody knew something. One sportsbook was forced to move those odds because such big bets came in on Malik Beasley unders. Weird. But here's the thing. Those bets lost. Beasley ended up with 6 rebounds. It wasn't even close. And look at these rebounds. The man is fighting hard to grab them. I mean, I could see maybe if 6 rebounds just fell into his lap, but that is effort. So you look through all of his box scores that year, and he didn't have any mysterious early exit games like Jonte Porter did to cash his props.
Right.
So what is going on? Honestly, unless authorities can give us more to go on, I just don't see a reason that this dude is guilty. And I'm not saying he's like a great dude. I mean, I don't even know him. But this is a huge allegation, one that gets you kicked out of the NBA for life. They need to give us something. I mean, the Jonte Porter games were obvious. And remember what Shams announced was, a sports book said things look shady, so they told the FBI, and the FBI is investigating. That's it. But just because things look shady doesn't mean they are.
Right.
For example, remember how Terry Rozier was being investigated? Remember that? Notice how we haven't heard anything about that? Yeah, because he was never charged, still to this day. And the NBA investigated Terry and cleared him of any wrongdoing. So technically, we have still only had one NBA gambling scandal. That was Jonte Porter. And how did they actually bust Jonte? Well, it started the same, right? A sportsbook noticed weird betting patterns, and in this case, it was DraftKings. A guy placed a Jonte Porter prop parlay to win big. See, that's the thing with props, right? They have such small limits that the most you could bet on is like $2,000, which wouldn't make sense for an NBA player to risk. But these same game parlays let one guy take Jonte points, rebounds, assists, and threes, and he made $85,000 on a single win. And they might have gotten away with it too. Instead, a few months later, the same 2 men walked into a DraftKings again and got real greedy. They heavily bet on Jonte Porter, and the slip they put in would have netted over $1 million.
Damn.
What were they thinking? First of all, you already got away stealing $85,000 from these people. Jonte Porter props is suspicious enough, but then you go and do it again? So DraftKings did not pay them out, reported to the FBI, who investigated. They got the men's cell phones, and in a Telegram chat, they found Jonte Porter. Hit unders for the big numbers. I told co-conspirator 2, no blocks, no steals. I'm gonna play the first 2 to 3 minute stint off the bench. When I get subbed out, I'll tell my eyes killing me again. They caught Jonte red-handed. And sure enough, he told the Raptors his eye was hurting and he subbed out, props cashed. So not only did the sportsbook notice weird betting activity, sent it to the FBI, but the FBI caught the bettors and then had electronic evidence that the NBA player was in on it. And it turns out Jonte was in deep debt to these shady bookies and he was trying to pay them back with these tips. Now, you would think if that was the case for Terry Rozier or Malik Beasley, we would find out, but so far, nothing. I will say that Wolves clip where he's hustling to cover the spread is really weird, but that happened when he was making more money than ever in the NBA. So it's not clear. All we know is just because Beasley is not the most upstanding citizen in his personal life does not mean he's guilty, because so far, this case looks pretty weak. Just sportsbook notices something weird and reports it. That's it. But if you do want a deep dive on the official NBA betting scandal that we actually did have, the Jonte Porter case, check it out. The Beasley game film, not that bad. Porter's game film, a smoking gun that he was fixing NBA games and that was banned from the game for life.
Yeah, that shit real, bro. That shit it gets real. That's why the commissioner has been cracking down heavy on that type of shit, bro. Like, the fact that people are betting against themselves and telling people to do that shit is so crazy. Like, You didn't think that you was gonna get caught up, bro? Like, and for folks that don't know, Jonte Porter is the brother of Michael Porter Jr. of the Denver Nuggets. So that boy is banned from ever playing NBA basketball. Shit, any basketball. He can't even go to the G League. He can't even go international. He can't even do none of that shit, bro. If anything, bro, this nigga could be a coach. He could be a coach for like Little League or AAU maybe, but that's it. And that's if he ain't that embarrassed to come back outside again after this public meltdown and embarrassment. I think that shit is so dumb though. Like, you don't need to be betting all this money on yourself when you already make millions of dollars courtesy of the NBA. Even bench players are getting generational wealth for their family. Like, come on, bro. Like, right now, if I was able to get a contract and all I did was sat my ass down on the bench and cheer on my teammates, I'll be the happiest bench warmer. Because I still get paid. Yes, I would still want my moments out there to play basketball. Even if it is like in like the like when the game was already over with and they put out the bench warmers or the second string, third string unit. Shit, I still want to get out there and show off my skills too. But if that don't happen, I'm still satisfied, bro. I'm still making more money than I would at Sweet Green, any other fucking job, bro. If I'm getting paid just to sit down and cheer on my teammates, bro, I'm grateful. I'm fucking grateful. No cap. I wouldn't be doing no extra shit like this that could cost me my freedom. You know what I'm saying? Fuck jail. Fuck prison. I don't want to be there. I enjoy my freedom. I enjoy to get up when I want to. Eat when I want to. Work out when I want to. Do some things with my lady if I want to. You feel me? Like, I'm grateful. I don't want to be on nobody's schedule, especially all day, every day for years. Fuck all that. That shit is never a glorious life to live. Fuck that. Fuck that. Anyways, it's 3:50, man. I gotta get back to my leg rehab so I can feel better to go to work tomorrow. I hope y'all enjoyed everything today, man. I really do appreciate everybody tapping in with me, bro. Real shit. Real shit. Oh, man. How we gonna end this bitch off, man? Let's end this bitch off like this here, bro. Yay. Yay. One time for Crystal Ball Express, bro. That's my gang, man. Seth, Yano, Threshold. Yeah. And yours truly, 404.
Dog, I'm so motherfucking focused.
Yeah. I've been passing up dimes, Tyrese Halliburton. Shawty got some head, and everybody's hold on. I gotta run that back, cause shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, bro. Like, I made this song and wrote this verse before Halle had the phenomenal season he had this past season, even though it ended in terrible, terrible fashion. Very unfortunate fashion. Still wishing him a speedy recovery. But I've been passing up dimes, Tyrese Halliburton, bro. I done put my boys on the Tyrese Halliburton, bro, with this bar right here. And now look at the man he became. You feel me? So again, one more time for my boy Halle, man. Word. But I love y'all, man. Great stream.
Yeah.
Till next time, y'all.
Dog, I'm so motherfucking focused.
Yeah. Peace.
I've been passing up dimes, Tyrese Halliburton. Shawty got some head, and now her body squirting. What? Said she was in the gym, now her body hurting. Grinding in natural ways, so her body perfect. I'm intellectual. I've never been a skeptical. You gotta prove the action before I even step to you. I bought so fucking hard up in the paint. I'm like Shaquille. You know I'm about to live it up for the fucking thrill.
All around dropping, I keep them in pace. Real estate verses, I put them in place. Compare them to me, then they look like disgrace. All these dead bodies, I put them in vase. Fuck all these funds that have me away. I'm on the way. I was the game, I know how to play. Put some strain on this. Trauma's the ones that be teaching the game. I cut a strain on this. Look at me fake, I got most of the frame.
All this liquor got it tongue tied on me. I got one life, so I flip my fate. Heads up, looking at what they took away from me just to get this. I can take it, so I'm this shit. Something up the ocean like Godzilla on my.
All of the yapping, I'm running that mill. On the web, they don't say how to feel. Pretending this shit, I can't do that for real. Tapping the matrix, I don't need a pill. Pen on my chest, cause I know I'm the shit. I read the story, I'm feeling it fit. Knowledge on me, and I'm dripping with wit. Can't write my story, don't follow a script. I'm feeling